Hey guys, it's Matt here from the Green Warriors. Today I want to talk to you guys about combining your food properly for ultimate health and ultimate performance. This is something that's been a real game changer for me, and I know that everyone who applies proper food combining dramatically improves their results, whether they want improved health or improved digestion or improved athletic performance. It can really help in all areas. So I'll give you a bit of a background to how it works first so you really understand it, because the more you understand it, the more this will really click with you and you'll feel really compelled to apply it to your everyday life, because most people who hear this, who I speak to, really get it. It really makes a lot of sense to them. So basically, the first thing you have to understand is that the digestive system, or the stomach, isn't some coal oven that you can just chuck anything you want into and expect it just to handle it and turn it into nutrition that your cells can use. Food is absolutely useless unless it can get converted into the cells, into your muscles, into the nutrients that are the building blocks to your entire body. So it's not as simple as just chucking down whatever you think tastes good, whatever you want to eat, and your body just magically converts it to proper nutrition. The body, the stomach, the digestive system is a very complex array of organs and muscles and gastric juices and enzymes that all need to work together. They've got a very, very important job of working together to convert what you eat into nutrients, into stuff that can get into the blood and be transported around your entire body to help you function at the highest level. So to give your body the best chance, you need to understand how it does its job, and why you can't just chuck all different mixes of food in there, because the body can only basically provide the perfect environment to break down very simple combinations at a time. And to understand that, I've given you guys a chart here to explain how long food takes how long food stays in the stomach for before it's broken down and before it's passed through and then absorbed. And this is something that's very important to understand. So I've got all the different foods here, and I've got what's called tummy time. So that means how long it stays in your stomach. So we've got water here that's basically absorbed and passed through the stomach in very quickly, 0 to 10 minutes. Then we've got juices, which is like 15 to 30 minutes. And then we've got fruit, 30 to 60 minutes. And then we've got starches and veggies. So they take longer in the stomach to break down. So they're closer to 1 to 2 hours. So your stuff like your potatoes, your grains, your rice, your pastas, and a lot of your root vegetables. So then we've got vegetable protein, stuff like tofu that takes about 2 to 3 hours to break down. And then we've got animal flesh and fish. That's one of the most complex things for the body to break down is concentrated protein. So that's about 3 to 4 hours. And then we've got shellfish, which is about 4 to 8 hours, which is a surprise to most people. So the reason this is so important to understand is because if food is held up in the stomach longer than it's meant to be in there, it ferments and it putrefies very, very quickly. So you can imagine leaving some fruit or juice or something like that outside on a hot day. It's a pretty warm day down here in Melbourne. So I went out there and left a bowl of fruit out there. Within an hour or two in the hot conditions, it's starting to ferment very, very quickly. And the byproducts of fermentation are alcohol, gases, and acetic acids that are poisonous to the body. That's why instinctively you see fermenting, rotting fruit and you don't want to touch it, you don't want to eat it. But if it's held up in the stomach before being passed through and absorbed, it starts to do the exact same thing. So the stomach is very hot, very acidic environment. Food ferments very, very quickly, much quicker than on a hotter day. So you want to avoid holding up foods in the stomach at all costs, because as I said, if it does ferment, fruits ferment, starches ferment, and proteins putrefy, and that releases very, very harmful toxins that can aggravate the digestive tract, but also get released into the bloodstream and affect your entire body. And basically the nutrients in the food also get destroyed, so you're not getting the maximum of what you're eating. You're not getting proper nutrition. Yes, you're eating it, but it's not getting to the cells. And that's why a lot of people are overfed but undernourished. They're eating foods and not absorbing them properly, and their brain keeps telling them, I'm hungry, you haven't nourished me yet, I haven't got the vitamins and minerals that I need. So basically, what you need to understand is how long foods stay in the stomach for. So if you're gonna eat fruit, fruit breaks down very, very quickly. So 30 to 60 minutes. Probably a banana, something a bit more dense, takes closer to an hour, but most juicy fruits broken down very quickly. So you need to eat them on an empty stomach. Any water, juices, and fruits must be taken on an empty stomach. If they are delayed in the stomach, even a few minutes, even 5-10 minutes, they start to putrefy. And that's why a lot of people say fruit gives them gas, or fruit gives them digestive problems or diarrhea. It's not the fruit. Fruit is fine. Fruit, when broken down and absorbed quickly, is fine. It won't give you any of those problems. It's very healthy for you. However, if you've eaten foods such as, animal flesh or carbs or starches or vegetables and you eat fruit in that 2 to 4 hour period while it's still breaking down your stomach, you eat fruit in that period, it sits on top of those foods and starts to ferment very, very quickly, giving you gas, maybe even giving you diarrhea because it pushes the other food out quickly before it's been broken down. And people blame the fruit. It's not the fruit's problem, it's the timing of when you've been eating it. So water, juices, and fruit on an empty stomach, absolutely crucial. One thing that I think is very important is to never drink while you're eating. As you can see here, water and juices are passed through very quickly. So if you're eating something dense like starches or vegetables or flesh, it's staying in the stomach for a long time. And if you drink in that period, it can pass through the stomach and wash away the gastric juices that are breaking down that food. So I recommend drinking juices or water at least 30 minutes before a meal. In that few hour period when you're digesting, don't have any fluids. It's a very, very important tip. So, I was just away on a trip and, went to a few restaurants and even for breakfast, and you see people eating their toast or eating their eggs or eating baked beans or whatever, and then they're washing it down with a glass of orange juice. And so you can imagine I'm sitting there going, oh my God, not only is it liquids, but it's juice, it's fruit, it's gonna ferment on top of it as well as wash away the gastric juice. And then people wonder why they've got bloating and digestive problems throughout the day, wonder why they're gassy, wonder why they don't feel good. So their body's getting nothing from that food but toxins. So I want to go over there and just slap the orange juice out of their hands. But very, very few people in the world understand this concept. And so, I think it's important when you start applying this, you start feeling much better because you're getting the most out of your food that you're eating. And also, when you do violate the laws of proper combining, once you've been applying them for a while, you notice how sensitive to them are. So you could drink that orange juice on top of toast and instantly you'll be getting stomach cramps and your body just is much, much more sensitive to it. And so what I like to do is at the start of the day, that's why I love starting my day with a big, big smoothie, because I've got an empty stomach, and also breakfast means break fast. And if you're breaking an overnight fast and your digestive organs have had a sleep overnight, do you want to go up to them and if you were sleeping, for example, would you want someone to come up to you and just shake you awake like this? Or would you want them to come up and gently wake you up and much nicer? It's the same with the digestive organs. They've had their sleep, they've had their rest overnight. Hopefully, if you haven't eaten anything, really dense before bed, they've had their rest overnight. And so you wake them up gently with some nice fruit, things that are very, very simple to digest and on an empty stomach so that there's going to be no fermentation, and have your water first thing in the morning. And then throughout the day, it's like an ascending pattern. So I'll probably have more fruit and more lighter meals for lunch, because I want to be active throughout the day. I don't want to put my body through a lot of digestive stress. But then at night time, when I'm resting, around 5, 6, 7 o'clock, around dinner time, and I'm going to be resting, I'm not being very active, I might eat, I don't eat animal flesh, but I might eat some more vegetables or some more cooked foods, maybe a bit of brown rice or something like that, when I know that I'm not going to be eating any more fruit or anything like that throughout the day. I'm not going to be eating anything on top of it. But before dinner, before those starches, I'll probably have a glass of orange juice, or 20, 30 minutes before, a glass or two of orange juice to balance out the blood sugars, but also to make sure I have that on an empty stomach. So most people violate these laws. The worst thing that happened to me, one of the best things and the worst thing that happened to mankind was supermarkets. 100 years ago, when we're living off the land, we're all living on farms, you don't need to worry about this stuff, because basically what nature provides is generally properly combined. But we go to the supermarket now and we eat more for our taste buds than we do for actual proper nutrition. So you're just going down the aisles and you're like, yeah, that will taste good with that, that'll taste good with that, I'll eat that and that, and dessert on top of dinner and fruit on top of that. and it's all about the taste. It's not about it's not about performance and what's getting into the cells. So supermarkets are great because we've got so much food available all the time, but they're bad because the stomach pays the price. The stomach just gets things dumped on it like it's a coal oven, like it can just handle anything, but it's not the case. So you've got to be smart. You've got to appreciate we've got all this food available to us, but also be very smart in what your stomach can actually handle. Anyway, this is a very intricate subject. There's a lot more to it, but I just wanted to give you the overview. There's a hell of a lot more to this, and I'll probably do more videos over the coming weeks to break down each segment of it. But in the meantime, I wanted to give you guys this sort of overview so you have the basics, because if you can at least apply these principles, you will get, I reckon, you will get incredible results. I've seen it time and time and time again. So the last thing I want to talk about is our third retreat that we're running coming up from January 22nd to January 26th. Our last retreat was a massive success. You can see our highlights video from it on our blog. The feedback we got was incredible, and we had an amazing time. And we've locked in the dates for the next one, but we've only got 4 spots available, and the early bird price finishes soon, so you get, I think, $300 off the full price if you order, if you get on board soon, but also the rooms are running out. So basically why we do the retreats is so that we can immerse you in this lifestyle, so you can understand delicate subjects like this, but also live it for 4 days, and you come out the other side realizing how simple it is and inspired to do it for the rest of your life. So if that's something you're interested in, email me at matthew@greenwarriors.com.au. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon.